is Tommy Springfield.
And I'm better than you!
And on this channel, I present you with the facts, and I give you my opinion on those facts. If you like how I do that, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all, so you can get notifications every time I do one of these videos. Maybe you've been here before. Maybe you knew.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Over here, I like to think I'm something like a superhero, but the ghetto version. Like Batman, but I'm that man. I live in the Bat Cave, I drive a Batmobile, and I promise you, I'm that nigga. Today's video, we got a CIA agent talking about U.S. hostages that's being held by ISIS, who the United States pay millions of dollars every month to help us fight terrorists. The Democrats and the Biden administration has been keeping it secret. Finally, she's talking, and Donald Trump spoke on it. Let's get to the videos.
The biggest issue with GDI right now is they're holding 2 Americans hostage. For everyone who just heard that, yes, you're being lied to. The American in custody, Ryan Corbett, is locked in a cell with another American. It's never been made public. The Taliban are actually holding 3 Americans. Last week, the press finally realized it's 2, but they don't even know. So the Taliban's holding 3 Americans. 2 are locked in a cell together, okay?
I forgot to mention this. Is the GDI still holding American hostages?
Yes.
How many?
What I know, it's 3 who are there, and it was this. I want to say, because I know just his family name, this Habibi. You know, he's an Afghan American citizen, and it was just denied such a long time. You know, no, he's not there. They don't have him. Yes, they have him.
One, the family. The State Department for so long said, don't say it publicly, we're going to negotiate, we're going to get them out, and they didn't. And the family finally said, hey, we're going to make it public. The Taliban has, our family member. So we are paying them weekly to go after ISIS, and they basically have 2 Americans locked in their basement.
This is verified.
This is verified. They have him.
Do you know where he's being held?
Well, we try to...
I may have said that wrong. It's some group called the GDI that we pay millions of dollars to go after ISIS, and they have American hostages that they're keeping. And, America's been telling the families to keep it secret because we're negotiating, but ain't nothing happening.
Track him, and the last information what we've got is that already the Haqqani network and Al-Qaeda has him, but where we don't know the location.
What are their plans for this? Are they planning on using our hostages as negotiation?
Oh yes, that's what they are going to do. That's what they are doing. I mean, it just, you have American citizen, this Ryan Corbett, who is in, as far as I know, his medical condition is deteriorating very fast.
And the worst part is there's kind of like this deteriorating health situation. So it used to be the 2 of them and a Brit. The Brit got out and he almost died of sepsis, but he basically said, hey, when I was in, the only reason I stayed alive is the 2 Americans in there were like helping me keep me alive, because they're not getting kind of like much food or adequate nutrition. And if you're not feeling your body well, you have organs that break down, it affects the brain. So yeah, we also have 2 Americans who are basically like suffering like severe health consequences in GDI.
Who are they?
Ryan Corbett is one of them. He and then the other one hasn't been made public. The other 2 Americans haven't been made public yet because State Department's doing something. But then the interesting part is, so that's the biggest problem. We should not be giving a penny to the organization holding Americans in their basement.
And it's still there, and you're still sending money. It's just the CIA contractors are passing there every week.
Who are the other 2?
This Habibi I know, and I know Ryan Corbett. The 3rd one, I don't know the name. They were not my focus.
Are they torturing them?
As far as I know, no, except Habibi, they do. Habibi, they do. The U.S. citizens, no, they don't.
Why are they torturing him? What do they want to get out of that?
They believe he played sort of a role in the collecting intelligence about Ayman al-Zawahiri, when he was killed in Kabul. That's what they believe, as far as I know. But I think as really the information I have, they don't touch the US citizens. However, I believe just to know the conditions there, that's already a torture.
Yeah,
So,
I can imagine.
Yeah.
What kind of negotiations do you think they'll initiate with our hostages?
I think they will play now differently, because of the new administration. I think they keep trying to sell, we are your friends and we are your counter-terrorist partners. I don't know how it's going to work.
How GDI is structured, they have like different departments focused on different things. So they have one department, it's kind of like translates to the immigrants department, and that department solely funds and supports the Pakistani Taliban. So the tricky Taliban Pakistan I told you about, they're the ones doing all the attacks right now in Pakistan. GDI has a unit that just supports them. And the really interesting thing that a lot of people don't understand is the Taliban has gotten really smart, okay? So if you worked in Afghanistan everyone says everything's ISI in Pakistan, right? And then when you work in Pakistan, every attack is, it's the Indians or the Afghans, right? And so the Afghan Taliban is like, why not use that to our advantage? So what they're doing is they're rotating Taliban units into the TTP in Pakistan and being involved in the attacks, right? So they're doing all these attacks. They did like 800 attacks in the last year in Pakistan. They've completely resurged into one of the biggest terrorist groups in the region. Now, think about it. When the Taliban, the Pakistani military comes and kills 8 guys and say, well, 2 are Afghan Taliban, everyone's like, yeah, you're crazy. You're just calling them Afghan because you're Pakistanis, and you always did that when they weren't Afghan. So yeah, they're basically doing these attacks right now in Pakistan, part of their Fatah war plan, and nobody actually knows that that's the Afghan Taliban doing it. So that's one department of the GDI, and that affects Pakistan.
What I see globally and also in Afghanistan, that it's a chess game, and it doesn't matter where we step or what.
So as you can see, they got American hostages, and it's a bunch of bullshit going on, and the Biden administration have done nothing or said nothing. Let's see what our boy Donald Trump has to say about this.
I don't know anyone who delegates better than President Trump. He gives us a lot of authority to speak on his behalf, and he exhorts us to speak emphatically. And emphatically means you better do this, because the alternative.
Do you think they're waiting for President Trump to take office?
No, I think they heard him loud and clear. Better get done by the inaugural.
But when you say all hell will be paid, all hell must be paid if they don't release the hostages.
You know what that means, don't you? What, do I have to define it for you? Look, all hell will break out. If those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Can you elaborate?
And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that. But there was, and many people are killed. They're no longer hostages. I have people from Israel and others calling, begging me to get, we had also people there from the United States, just so you know. They're holding some so-called hostages from the U.S. But I've had mothers come to me and fathers crying, can I get the body of their son back? Can I get the body of their daughter back? That beautiful girl where they threw her in the car, pulled her by her ponytail and threw her in the car like she was a sack of potatoes. I said, what happened to her? Sir, she's dead. Like a 19, 20-year-old beautiful girl. And the way they treated her. And I just say it this very simply. Steve's got a job to do. He's a great guy, great negotiator, great person. They respect him over there already. It's what we needed over there. We have people that know everything about the Middle East, but they can't speak properly. They don't know. He's a great negotiator. That's what I needed. I could have sent that gentleman right over there, Hussein. He's a great negotiator. There are people, they're rare. Great negotiators are very rare, like a great surgeon. But we have the right person. But I tell this, I don't want to hurt the negotiation. If the deal isn't done before I take office, which is now going to be 2 weeks, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
And there you have it. Donald Trump said, if y'all don't get us them hostages by the time I get in there, all hell gonna break loose. Why wasn't the Biden administration and the Democrats talking like this? Like I always say, I just bring you the facts, give you my opinion on the facts. If you like how I do that, please hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, hit all so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos. If you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. Salute. And if you're one of them haters and you support the bullshit, cut the shit. That part.